Okay, so multi-column menus. Um, when I demo this, you'll think you've seen this before, but you haven't. I think this is a slight upgrade. It came from two different sources. The original was choice columns. Okay, so we did a demo on that. Basically, uh, breaking up all the choices that you have into columns. So something like this. So if you haven't watched the video on choice columns, then you'll want to look at that. But this is multi-column, and if I'm to guess what the difference is, I haven't played around with it enough in both external modules, but this does work, has full functionality within descriptive text, embedded fields. Um, if you build in a table and you want to embed fields in the table, it will apply the type of formatting for the columns that we're going to play around with today. So first thing I need to do is go and add the external module. And again, to do that, you need to first enable it and find it. So I'm looking for multi-column, unless I already have it in here. Oh, no.
Is it two words?
Yeah, it's two words. Okay, so here's the multi-column menu. And the documentation on it is good. It's very simple to set up. Basically, you're just adding an action tag and defining how many columns you want. Um, you're going to be able to produce outputs that
Right.
look like this, and how it's displayed. So notice in this alignment, it's vertical, in this case, left vertical. So it runs down, and in this, it's horizontal. So whichever way works best for you, uh, that'll work. So I did a project here. Let's take a look. I'm going to add a new record. So, oh, I already set this up. So hang on, let me just pop this out of here. And okay, so this would be how you'd start. This question is, what states have you lived in? So this allows you to select their check boxes. So you want to be able to check however many check boxes that you want. So if I go in here and edit this, all I need once I've added that external module, I think that just remind myself of it. All you need is this action tag at columns, and then you define how many columns you want. So once I've done that, you're sort of at the mercy of your custom alignment. So in this case, I'm just leaving it the default, the right vertical, and I'll save it. And let me see what I did wrong. There we are. So this is right vertical. Um, So everything is shifted off to the right and you have multiple columns. We come back in here and switch this to right horizontal. Then what we're going to see is it looks like it's, don't worry about how it looks in the design, but now it's sorting across. As you can see here, we do left vertical, now we have, it looks like this, which is probably a little bit more user friendly to what you would want, to have the question up at the top, everything else listed below. And then, you know, I can show you the last option. Oops. Left horizontal. Again, these don't really format until you're in the record itself. So there you go. So if you do decide, let's say you want to put this in a descriptive text field, you want to embed this for some reason, then we can do that just to demo that. Do all right, so I'm now embedding this. I put this label at the top. Part of this is if you like doing changing the color of a row or whatever, it lends itself a little bit more. I always like the embedding feature. So if we look at it this way, now you see that it embeds just fine. And the layout is just the way it was defined in the field itself. So this is multi-column menus. And again, we do have the choice columns, which manifest pretty similarly. The only difference that I'm unsure if this is a full difference, but this does work seamlessly with the embedded fields. So the description here about how it works is pretty self-explanatory and complete. And the other nice thing is if you're going to download it as PDF, you want to use the browser PDF option here. So check that out if you're interested in different columns.